Welcome to America's Heroes Group.
Welcome back to America's Heroes Group, our series called We Are Globally Connected, a roundtable discussion with military family matters with our partner, family caregiver Keisha L. Jackson. Today is Saturday, March 4th, 2023. March is Women's History Month. And our host is Kelley. I'm Sean Claiborne, the co-host, Army National Guard veteran. Our executive producer is Glenda Smith. Our digital media producer is Ivan Ortega, Scouts Honor Productions. And of course, Kai is our audio engineer today. Our partner, Keisha, is on the line. She's a U.S. Air Force veteran and family caregiver. Our panelist is Joshua Esnard. He's the founder and CEO of the Cut Buddy. And I'm going to tell you all about the Cut. Jason Battle is a CFO and president of the Cut Buddy. And we're going to talk about the Cut Buddies. What are we talking about today, Keisha?
Hey there, Sean. I am excited to bring these two panelists on today to talk about Cut Buddy. To do that, I definitely want to mention that today, or yesterday, I should say, I have to give a shout out to all of the caregivers out there. So yesterday on March the 3rd was Caregiver Appreciation Day, and because you know that it's my heart, it is dear to me, I just want to say to all professional and personal caregivers out there, happy Appreciation Day. Now let me switch over to Joshua and to Jason. I'm really excited about this. You know, a lot of times when I come, I talk a little bit about when I was caring for my mom. After I was caring for my mom, I started going to conferences and learning about resources that were out there, but people of color in particular and men were not there to learn about those resources. Mm-hmm. And so this is one of those topics I was able to be introduced to these two gentlemen through a entrepreneurship, right? Startup entrepreneurship. And I learned about their product, and because I think this is something great that is good for caregivers in particular. When I was caring for my brother trying to cut his hair at times, he had was just and so
before you kind of give it away, let me give a little brief introduction because people are probably wondering what the Cut Buddy is all about. The Cut Buddy makes innovative tools to make haircuts and shaving easier for all users. Proceeds are donated to the veterans programs and initiatives from sales from the Cut Buddy, the profits. So tell us, once again, back into your story, because that's one of the things we want to talk about, how important this is for caregivers, being able to help somebody or groom someone.
Yeah, very important. After my mother, I was caring for my mother who had inoperable lung cancer, and after that, about 6 months after my mother passed, one of my brothers fell and he was placed on life. And so I was going back and forth to Philly to care for him for a while. And even now, sometimes I still provide care for him for different ailments that he had back from that fall that he had. And one of the things that he's very big on is making sure that his hair is groomed. And so to be able to have something like the Cut Buddy, and, you know, Joshua and Jason, they'll tell you more about it, how it can help caregivers, how it's helping first responders, how it can help us in our homes, you know, and even the other things that they're doing, partnering to support like the Stop Soldier Suicide.
So Joshua, tell us about the Cut Buddy. Tell us about the product. Tell us about the business and how you guys got started.
Sure. Well, first off, thank you guys for your service, and thank you for having such a great initiative. We appreciate the chance to have a sit down on this panel. The Cut Buddy, realistically, when I first created the product, I didn't actually have caregivers and service members in mind. The product was created out of necessity. I'm from a small country in the Caribbean, and my dad was cutting my hair, and I hated his haircuts. My dad's an old school DIY guy. We come from a country where, you know, there's no Walmarts and things like that, so you kind of have to invent the solutions to problems in your life. So I just got sick of his haircuts because he really just had the buzz cut haircut, and I tried to cut my own hair as a 13-year-old, and I ended up with bald spots in my head. I got really good at wearing hats, to tell you the truth, but one thing my dad always taught me about was to be, you know, inventive and solve your problems, just like he was growing up in the Caribbean. So I started cutting up detergent bottles and pizza boxes because I realized the hardest part about a haircut was to just get a really nice curve and a sharp edge up on my hairline. So I created these templates as a teenager, and I never thought I would have something that'd be in over 1 million homes. So when I first created the product, I started doing videos, and people were kind of roasting me because my hairline was receding at the time. I released the product right when Father Time was taking away my hairline. But one thing it started was somewhat of a viral traction. And from people making fun of me, it made me kind of want to give up on my business because it, made me feel bad. People making fun of my hairline, it's receding or whatever. But many people saw the usefulness in the product. And right when I was ready to give up on the business because too many people were making fun of us, I got an email from a disabled veteran, and he said, I take medication and my hands shake. And because my hands shake, I could never keep my hands steady. I bought your product, and now I'm able to put it against my head and cut my hair and have a perfect haircut. And he just said, I would like to thank you for making a beautiful product, because now people with disabilities can have nice haircuts too. And I think that was the moment when I realized what the mission of our business was. It wasn't me trying to make money and be this billionaire off of this hair grooming tool I invented as a teenager. It was actually to, give people confidence and self-esteem to look and feel the greatest that they can with ease. And, now I realize who my demographic was, from, the disabled veteran all the way to with the mother with two autistic children, the service member who's overseas and has to keep their hair, high and tight or in standard, the caregiver who's cutting people's hair at a nursery, a nursing home or at a hospital. So I realized that this was bigger than just me as a childhood invention and just trying to make money and helping people. And I can tell, I'll pass it on to Jason, because Jason can share what we're doing now and what we focus on as far as when we make our products. Basically, from that disabled veteran is the reason why we've continued the way we develop and release products. Go ahead, Jason.
So Jason,
hi everyone.
Yeah, Jason, tell us about how many products does a Cut Buddy as a company have, and tell us also too, what is your business model? How did you grow the business and so on?
Yes. Hi. Thank you for that. And for sure, as Josh has said, he's done an excellent job with the company. And I joined probably about 5 years ago. And we went from that one template, which is excellent product. This changed many lives, like Josh has said. To then, we decided hey, this product is an awesome product. People trust in the Cut Buddy. People are fans of the Cut Buddy. Let's build this brand out. Josh has a brilliant mind. He's a brilliant inventor. And because of those cases that he's received as far as the disabled veteran or the caretakers, we start to expand on our product list. And now we're probably anywhere between we're probably around 15 to 20 products,
wow.
Depending on where we are in development. And, most of the products in the company, because of those, the motivation and those stories that Josh received, is kind of built around, ergonomics and ease of use. So we like to think of ourselves as a very ergonomic company for ease to use on yourself, or if you're using it on someone else as a caregiver, ease to use on them. And so that's been kind of, what has separated us, because as Josh also mentioned, his other motivation and our motivation as we expand the company is ergonomic, ease of use, but also just as we said, comfortability, which is similar, but we want to give people the confidence to be able to use the products on themselves. Right. And so that's kind of the case where he said with the disabled veteran who reached out, he now had that confidence to be able to cut his own hair and not have to wait on someone. So it's been an awesome journey so far. We have a long way to go, but we're excited about, the future. And right now, our main sales channels, as your second question, we have obviously we have our Shopify or our direct website, thecutbuddy.com. Then we have Amazon, and then also we have had a great partnership with retailers, like Walmart and Target, and also we are starting to expand in the military stores. So you have a lot of different options as customers and consumers to find our products, whether it's cutbuddy.com, Amazon, Walmart, Target, and we're looking to expand to other retailers and on military bases.
Now, Joshua, the last couple of years, I got to be honest with you, I started doing safety razors. recently. And I just started getting into, even though I was in the military, I was kind of blessed. I didn't get razor bumps that bad when I was in the military.
Yeah.
But I knew that was a big deal. I saw brothers in the military, and it was coming out with these razor
Yeah.
bumps because they're trying to keep it nice and tight, keep that high and tight clean. And I realized how serious of an issue that is. People come in all kinds of different types of skin type, textures, hair textures. Diversity is critical. So tell us about how you designed your products and how it addresses those issues, and particularly, how do you treat razor bumps?
Yeah, so I'm glad that you brought that up. So the company now has created products that cover the hair life cycle of all users. So I guess it was a selfish inventing motivation for myself. So I started with hair as a 13-year-old. I went bald, and now I'm completely bald. So said, wow, we gotta create a razor or a shaver or something that could cut hair. And I suffer from ingrown hairs and irritation really badly. Any of the other things that I've used, except maybe a one-blade razor, has really made me break out. So I actually partnered up with another veteran of the Marines, and he helped us invent a bald shaver called the Bald Buddy. And what we did was we created a bald shaver that's ergonomic, and it has these flex springs on the rotary shaving areas, so that when you ride it on your head, it rides the contour of your head, and you're not pushing an actual razor or forcing a movement of a clipper or any type of foil shaver. Now that's one thing that a lot of men don't understand, is that if you don't ride the contour of your head, you're forcing something into your scalp, which initially causes the irritation. But the second part about it is, if you aren't cutting your hair in a specific way, where the hair is getting cut in a flat longitudinal way, then the hairs, if you cut it with a blade, a multi-blade razor, you're cutting your hair into basically a point shape. And when you cut your hair into a point shape and it's trying to grow back through the pores of your head, it's poking into the skin in your head, and which, when it can't poke through the pore of your head, it turns around, and that's what causes that ingrown hair. And so at Bald Shavers helped a lot of men take that jump into electric shaving, which they were very afraid of initially. But what we've done is we've partnered it up with wet goods. So one thing that people don't understand as well is that you need to make sure that you exfoliate and you clean your head before you shave. Many people go in and just throw some shaving cream on and start shaving their head. That's not the right way to do it, because you're basically plowing the dirt and grime that you've had on your head back into your pores. So we focus on specific ingredients, like I'll give it away. Salicylic acid is made from the willow bark tree. That's the same tree that they break down to make aspirin. So we use that as a critical piece of our ingredient. Eucalyptus, tea tree, jojoba, those are things that we focus on, so that we're soothing your hair, and then we're also healing your head at the same time. So we have a shaving cream that does that. We have aftershave spray that does that, and then we have a bald head balm, like a aftershave, like lotion, butter, that has a lot of those active ingredients in there. I think that area still needs a lot of research, but I think our shaver is a big movement in the right way. And I think that's why Walmart and Target really invested in our brand, because they realized that our shaver's getting the proper ratings to deal with irritation. The last thing I want to see is guys in the military with those shaving profiles, and they can't concentrate, and they have irritation and they can't do their job correctly. I actually just got off the phone with a customer who was in a nursing home who uses the Bald Buddy, and he didn't have a credit card, so I accepted a check over the mail. But this bald shaver is so ergonomic that it allows you to cut the back of your head with its handle very easily. I've seen so many people in nursing homes, and and other disabled people with dexterity issues that always end up having that little patch of hair in the back of their head because their shaver, they're blind. They're blind using a shaver, trying to cut hair in the back of their head without, multiple mirrors or stuff like that. And I had that same issue trying to cut the back of my head without the proper shaver. But our shaver with the handle takes care of that.
I'm really curious about your product, man. Now you're talking about it because, like I said, I just got into the whole wet shave, safety razor. That's a whole movement. There's tons of websites on YouTube, and I stumbled across yours, and I started to actually subscribe today to your website because I actually enjoy watching and learning all about that grooming technique and all the things that are going on with all the products that are out there. Especially as you get older and your beard starts to fill in, and if you shave, it's so important to learn how to properly shave, using witch hazel, for example,
Correct.
using the right razor, for example, the right shaving cream.
Correct.
I think as a young kid, we kind of take these things for granted, but then if you're in the military, you suffer through all these years of razor bumps and getting your drill sergeant kicking your butt because you're coming down and not looking right and everything like that. So I really appreciate you guys putting this time and effort to create these good, useful products for people that all across the country can use, and understanding the need for diversity in hair care and skin care. That's so critical. So, Jason, tell me about, what kind of things are on the horizon? Where do you see your business growing over the next 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, so I think, we have a lot of other products, I would say, in the pipeline. And not only just, as we started off with hair tools, but as Josh mentioned, we also have, just wet goods coming down the pipeline as well. So planning to really, I think, expand on the wet good line. We have 3 excellent wet good products at the moment, but I think expand on that. And I also think, even the hair tools, where a lot of it is, bald shavers and the template. We also are launching right now, which is, you'll see on our website, but also launching in Walmart and Target over the next few months, is we also have a clipper and a trimmer. And they have some really awesome features to them, like some different levers. And like the clipper is like really quiet. So that kind of goes back to what Josh was saying about comfortability and ease of use, because the quietness of it, it just keeps it from kind of annoying people as they're getting their hair cut and causing that just the irritating sound. So ease of use for that. And, things are waterproof, so things of that nature. So just really trying to be inventive and innovative in the product space. And, like I said, it's a few things on the pipeline. And then also we have plans to enter, right now a lot of the products in theory in the male grooming space, but also to create some female grooming products as well, like the Bald Buddy shaver and stuff like that, where we've had experience where women have liked to use it on their legs and things like that. And so that's also, opportunity that you'll see us expanding into soon.
So do you guys make the best bald shaver out there right now?
I would say
yes,
100%.
Well, I'll put that to the test. I'm gonna have to pick one up because, like I said, I really do appreciate now that I'm getting a little bit older and wiser, the therapeutic nature of grooming when you're cutting your hair or shaving. I never thought I'd ever would enjoy shaving growing up as a kid or growing up when I first started, growing a beard, but it's a therapeutic point to it. I mean, getting the right shaving cream I do it the old school way. Getting the safety razor with the brush. You got your badge hair brush. You got your shave soap. We got to mix it up with water and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about the can. Put that stuff in the trash. Get yourself some shave soap. Do it the right way. Get some skin lotion. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, clean your beard, clean your face, scrub that stuff down, get all that oil out of there. So tell me, but one of the things I wanted to get to, Jason, you also donate your proceeds to veteran service programs and initiatives. So tell us about that and how you came up with that idea and what kind of impact have you had doing that?
Yeah, so there's 2 portions of it actually, and I'll touch on the donation part, and I let Josh kind of speak on his cool project. Josh spent some time last month actually on a military base, so I'll let him talk about that. But we as we support, some of if you look at our products and packaging, you'll see some camo, like cool kind of, kind of showing we support the military and like odes to them. But, we also Stop Soldier Suicide right now is the main military or veteran kind of program that we commit to. And so every year we take a portion of our proceeds. And we're not some like large company making, tons of money or whatever like these bigger corporations are. We're a startup, but it's important to us and we want to show our commitment. And so every year we take a portion of our proceeds, and instead of, reinvesting back into the company, we donate to stop soldier suicide. And that's another thing we want to just expand on is that relationship with, charities and giving back to the military as we go forward, as we grow. We want that to grow as well. And Josh, you should talk about the cool project you did and, and supporting the military recently.
Yeah, that was actually eye-opening because I think I needed that experience to actually understand the lifestyle on a military base. So I got a chance to go out to San Diego for Pendleton, and then the next day we went to March Air Base, and I actually lived on base with an Air Force officer, and it opened up my eyes only because I didn't know the whole lifestyle that was going on base, from the MCX stores to all the schooling that's actually going on, what the mother or the father is doing at home when the husband or the wife is serving during the day. So just engulfing myself into that lifestyle really allowed me to realize where we can take this company and how we can help. So one thing that I'm going to make a promise to do is try to hire more veterans as we increase our, workforce. What we've already been doing is working with veterans who are inventors or current service members who are inventors to get their products to life. So 3 of our products have veteran inventors.
About 10 seconds, Joshua.
Work inside with it, but it just goes to say that we're here and we're going to continue to donate and help projects with veterans for sure.
Joshua Esnard is the founder and CEO of the Cut Buddy. Jason Battle is the CFO and president of the Cut Buddy. Keisha, thank you for bringing us great guests to us today. You always bring some great people, some great products, and always help us learn more, and also the intricate details about life in the real world. I appreciate you for doing that.
Thanks, Sean.
This is America's
Thanks for
Heroes
having
Group.
us.
Our pleasure. Thanks. This is America's Heroes Group. We'll be right back.